Chandrababu Naidu misplaced his priorities. But somewhere along the way, there was a gentleman called Rajashekar Reddy, who many say, like John F. Kennedy's untimely death, had he not died, the history of the state, of the present state of Telangana and the past state of Andhra Pradesh would have been drastically different. Do you think there are some moments in history where you will say, I wish this did not happen? Was Rajashekar Reddy's death one such moment?
Well, when a popular leader passes away in an accident, it's very sad. And I think YSR was an extraordinarily successful leader, very charismatic. And his impact was there for all to see. But you know, counterfactuals is a nice idle game, Suresh, but who knows? Who knows? I believe that had he been alive, it would have been great for the Congress party, but I don't think you could have stopped Telangana. I think Telangana was an idea whose time had come. Even if YSR was alive, I don't think he could have stopped KCR in Telangana. And therefore, who knows, YSR would have been a lesser leader had he been alive. There was an attack on Chandrababu Naidu. He survived. This accident happened, YSR passed away. If you play this theoretic game post a period of time, who knows what could have been. But no, I don't think Telangana could have been stopped. But the passing away of YSR will remain a tragic incident in both the history of Congress party as well as the Telugu people. I mean, he is such a popular leader. Very sad, yeah.
I think the Congress never recovered from that blow. I think even to this date that they can't find a tall enough leader to replace Rajashekar Reddy. Of course, they had leaders in the past like P.V. Narasimha Rao, Neelam Sanjeev Reddy, all of whom came from the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, if you can call it that way. But in a sense, Sriram, you did mention two important political leaders or chief ministers in the conversation that we had a bit earlier. One was, of course, Shinde in Maharashtra. More importantly, Narendra Modi in Gujarat. Like you came from a very small town of Bilaspur in now Chhattisgarh, then Madhya Pradesh, and many people who are watching this telecast possibly couldn't even put it on a map and say, here is Bilaspur. Maybe that is how our geography knowledge goes. But when you see people from small towns succeeding, we all stand up and applaud and say, wow, this is it. But for Narendra Modi to move from a state like Gujarat, and even before that when he was banished away from Gujarat, to come back, become the chief minister, prove himself, and then suddenly out of nowhere gets pitchforked to a national stage, and now completing 2 terms, and maybe a 3rd term is also on the anvil. How do you read this phenomenon of Narendra Modi? Because we talked about the state of politics in Telangana, be it be the chief ministers who were here before, and now of course Chandrasekhar Rao, and also about Jagan in Andhra Pradesh. But Narendra Modi has outgrown the phenomenon of Gujarat into a national stage. Some people still refer to him as Gujarat, and even other day he said, I made Gujarat. So what is your take on this entire concept of Narendra Modi coming out of nowhere?
See, in India in the last 70 years, we keep talking about this cultural nepotism under which India operates. Businesses are inherited. Politics, national parties, regional parties are run by families where the son of the leader, or if the leader suddenly passes away, the widow will. The recent by-election we had 3 days back, Mungodu was one. If you see all the 7 elections, dynasty was voted back in a sense. So are we dynasts, and yet do we like the underdogs? Do we like people from rags to riches kind of story, the Cinderellas, so to say? And I think Indian politics, like Indian movies and Indian cricket and Indian life, has space for both. Without a doubt, we have loved leaders in all areas who come from a family. We have loved the sons of heroes, we have loved the daughters of heroines, we have loved the widow or the son or son-in-law of the dead politician and voted them back to power. We have wondered how the son cricketer of the father famous cricketer would play, etc. But we also had from nothing to something story. If you look at Bollywood, we talk of nepotism. 2 of its greatest stars in the last 70 years, Amitabh Bachchan and Shah Rukh Khan, are not from families. Whereas there's so many others who have been, son of somebody, etc. Similarly, if you see Indian politics, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, P.V. Narasimha Rao, Chandrababu Naidu, K. Chandrasekhar Rao, J. Jayalalitha, most of them are actually from very poor backgrounds, from very modest. They have risen in one generation, and their politics actually uses the wisdom they were of seen of having experienced poverty and so on and so forth. Mr. Narendra Modi, however, is an outlier of a different kind, Suresh. And this is how I'll put it. Leave pre-independent India, where you have Mahatma Gandhi, the greatest leader, then you have Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, you had Subhash Chandra Bose, Bhagat Singh. I mean, leave that pantheon. They are something else. They are something else. Post-independent India, there is only one leader who, if Mr. Modi wins in 2024, he'll equal and surpass. And he would love to. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru never saw defeat in his life. So far, Mr. Modi has not seen defeat. BJP has lost a few elections, by-elections, etc. But since the day he became, 22 years now, he's never had to sit in opposition. First time he becomes an MLA, he's a CM. First time he becomes a Prime Minister. MP, he becomes a Prime Minister. He's never had to see defeat. So people will ask, in 2024, what will happen? It's unlikely that any leader should go undefeated. Indira Gandhi saw defeat. Atal Bihari Vajpayee saw defeat. Every major leader, name it, lost. Why and how come Modi will never lose if he doesn't go on to lose? So something extraordinary will happen in 24. Rahul Gandhi, I know you would like to dismiss the Bharat Jodo Yatra at this point of time, or for some more time, cannot be dismissed. The whole of India will observe this, Suresh, that the great advantage Mr. Modi has, Mr. Vajpayee had, Mr. Naveen Patnaik has, that they don't have a family. So they can't be corrupt by definition. Rahul Gandhi also is not married. He also doesn't have children. He can also dedicate every bit of his time from now on to the country and public service. And that whole frivolous image that is not serious, is not full time, is not committed enough, I think he's broken it down in the yatra so far. Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah will take him very seriously. So something extraordinary will happen. Either Mr. Modi will go on to win a third term in 24, which will mean he's equal Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and if he completes the term, surpass him. If Mr. Rahul Gandhi stops Mr. Modi, that would be something extraordinary too. That the whole country will say, oh look, I did not understand Rahul Gandhi properly. 2009 to 14, he could have become a Prime Minister. Any morning he could have woken up, he would say, I want to be PM, and he would have become Prime Minister. He refuses it. 2022, he is at his lowest. Only 2 states, even Aam Aadmi Party has 2 states. Whether Delhi is a state or not is a different bit. At the lowest, weakest moment, and Mr. Modi is at his most powerful moment, 300 seats in Lok Sabha, near majority in Rajya Sabha, he's delivered historic promises. Ram Temple, abrogation of 370, triple talaq, maybe uniform civil code. This kind of a Mr. Modi, at his strongest. Rahul Gandhi does not become Prime Minister 2009 to 14, when I said it would have been easy for him. He waits till it becomes nearly impossible and then begins to walk. And I went to Kanyakumari to cover the walk, and it just came to me, the words that was the headline the next day of the launch of the yatra: when the defeated walk, history is made. So a very weak person, when he starts walking, you never know. So 24 is an extraordinary election, by all means extraordinary. And I am very happy to say that BRS will play a very interesting role. Because you can see the 24 election from 2 ways. Let's say for a minute we are in the BJP strategy office, and they'll say, look, the power of BJP, not many people appreciate this, is that set of states where they get nearly everything. 25 out of 25 Rajasthan, 26 Gujarat, 29 Madhya Pradesh, 11 Chhattisgarh, 7 Delhi, 5 and 4 Uttarakhand and Himachal. That seats, 110 of them. BJP has been getting 105, 106, nearly everything. Then Uttar Pradesh.
Biggest of them all.
Single block. But you know, this MP, Rajasthan, Gujarat is bigger wins than, because they are different states. So these two make it less than 100 required for BJP in rest of India. If they just repeat this act in MP, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Himachal, Delhi, then you have Haryana, then you have Jharkhand, where they win good number of seats. Then they can win some seats in Bengal, Maharashtra, Bihar, Karnataka, and then they look at a few odd seats here and there. Looks like a 300 is possible for Modi again. But look at it from a, there is no such single opposition to Modi today, but if you look at it from the opposition perspective, 39 Tamil Nadu, Puducherry 140, 20 Kerala, 60 BJP 0. Add 25 from AP 0, unless they have an alliance, which is unlikely with either YSRCP or BJP or TDP Janasena. So 85 seats BJP 0. Hold them in Telangana out of 17 or 16, because I'm sure Hyderabad Lok Sabha seat nobody is taking away from Mr. Owaisi, unless you have an extraordinary rivalry like Raja Singh versus Ashutosh Owaisi. That will be a fascinating Lok Sabha election. It won't happen though. So out of 16, you give BJP just 1 or 2 seats, try and defeat them. Keep them very low in Karnataka. There's a lot of anger against BJP in Karnataka. If Congress goes on to win under D.K. Shivakumar and form a state government, may not, and wins about 20 seats. So BJP out of entire 130 seats in South could get restricted to less than 10. That's one possibility. That is when the game becomes difficult for them. That is when the opposition will need Naveen Patnaik, historic track record.
True.
May equal Manik Sarkar and Jyoti Basu if he goes on to win once more. Can he win? I don't know. But he can. Never write off or underestimate Naveen Patnaik. Anybody who's ever underestimated Naveen Patnaik has been proven wrong. Mamata Banerjee, don't write her off. She is a feisty, Rupam of Durga Devi, sort of in Bengal. You can never be sure yet. So these are the possibilities. These are the big battles. So there's a battle in big states, Bengal, Maharashtra. Maharashtra is a 2.5 into 1.5 kind of a battle. Had it been a Shiva Sena, NCP, Congress, it would have been an advantage. But now that Shiva Sena has been split, BJP plus Shinde versus 2.5, and Congress is not really a full party. So it's an equal, even Steven. Bihar, my reading is maybe we would have an election in Bihar where RJD, JDU and BJP fights the election separately. If that alliance between Lalu's family and Nitish breaks, very interesting election. So these are all the mini battles that add up. You spoke about Chandrababu Naidu no longer in power and favor to bring that coalition against Modi. He tried in 18. Can KCR do it in 23? Suresh, I'm saying don't write him off. This man is very, very capable of doing extraordinary things. His biggest problem today is that Congress is a rival. He cannot tie up with Congress before the state elections. State elections happen in December. Lok Sabha happens in April, May. He'll have just those 4 months. He can't show any sign of conceding to Congress. State elections are important because if you lose in your own state, nobody takes you seriously.
True.
But if KCR wins Telangana and Bharat Jodo, the kind of impact I believe it is having, Rahul Gandhi Bharat Jodo, KCR winning Telangana 23 December could mean big trouble for BJP. And which is why I'm saying KCR will make history by winning the third term. Modi could make history by winning for the third term. They could both lose, they could both win, there could be something else in between. Rahul may make history. Fascinating times ahead.